Okay, we're going to attempt to run you through a quick training process on how to import a test on Diploma. So the first thing you will need to do is get the Diploma software from your book distributor, and I actually got that on a disk. So what you'll need to do is first go to my computer, and you'll see I have the disk in here, right here, DVD drive. When I open that, it says install the Diploma Test Generator. Now you click that, it'll say save. You click save and go through that. Now I've already done that, so I won't need to install it again. So the first thing you'll do is install Diploma Test Generator, and once that's complete, then we can go over here and download the individual test bank that you'll have for that particular textbook. So each textbook will have a different test bank. So mine is right here, Hoffman Basic College Math edition 90. So when I open that, now I downloaded this right off of their website. You'll also find it on those CDs as well. So mine I happen to download off the website, or you can get it off a CD. So then when you open up, you'll see every chapter will be listed there, and they'll have a test bank for each chapter. So what I'm going to do is open up the main file, and you'll see all the chapters are listed here on the left hand side. So if I wanted to make a chapter 1 test, what I would do is select chapter 1, and there's a neat feature that they have there is randomly copy, and then there's a blank for the number of questions, because if I come over here and I do a Control A to select all, you'll see there's 124 questions. So I don't want 124 questions for this exam, I only want 30. So what I can do is I can individually go in here and select certain questions. So I could select the 30 I want to, or I could go right here and just type in the number 30, and the computer will randomly select 30 questions. So I'm going to do that now. I'll do copy now, and it will randomly take 30 questions for me. So now I have this exam. It's a chapter 1 exam, 30 questions. And so what I'll do is I'll hit save, and I'm just going to name this chapter 1 example so we can find it, and I'm saving it. Make sure you watch your cookie trail here. I'm saving it in my documents under a basic math folder that I created. So important part of that too is to remember where you're saving it to. So I will hit save. Now I can close this. I can get rid of this now, and I can close that, and we'll go to my documents. Open up my documents, and then there I have that basic math folder, and now I can scroll through. You'll see I've already done all the other tests for this, so when you do it, you would only have the first one you did, which is this one I just created, chapter 1 example. So now I'm going to open it up, and we're going to go over to file, and then we're going to export, and we're going to go Blackboard LS7 because that's the version we're currently using. And also, again, watch your cookie trails here. You'll see that mine is automatically choosing that same folder because it's the one I've been using. So make sure that, you know, if you wanted it to go on your desktop, you could change it to desktop. Let's do that just so you can see how that works. We'll save it to our desktop. So then I'll click save, and then click export, and it'll take just a second to do all 30 questions, and we can move that out of the way and see it showed up right here on my desktop. So there it is. So now we will go to Blackboard, and we'll go to our module 1 chapter 1 here, because it was the chapter 1 test. We'll go up to assessment tests, and I missed a step. Let's step back one. We need to go to first down here to course tools, test surveys and pools. And the step I missed here was importing that test. So we'll go to this test. Now we need to import that test into Blackboard. So now we're going to browse my computer, and remember we stuck it on my desktop, so I need to go over here to desktop, and we are going to chapter 1 example test, so just the same as how we saved it, and then I will submit. Take just a second, and so you can see right here it says status, the operation import has completed. If it doesn't work, you'll get a much longer message here that says the file could not be completed for XYZ reasons, so you'll know if it didn't work. So now I can go back to my module 1, go under assessment, click test, and there it is, chapter 1 example. So I can choose that one, click submit, and now I can go through and set this test up how I'd like it to be in there. So right now the test information just says diploma exported test. Well, that's not really what we want the student to say. So I'm going to put in a sentence like, click here to take your chapter 1 test. This test is 30 questions and is not timed. You may save and resume your test later. Yours might be timed, and you would put in there, you have 1 hour to complete this test, you get 1 attempt, however you want to structure your test. Make sure you put some instructions in there so the students are aware. As we go down here, I can make the test available, or I can leave it unavailable, and that'll be another personal decision. I open all my tests up because I don't mind if they work ahead. Some people don't like that. You have multiple attempts here, so if you want to give them 2 chances to take the test, and I can tell you from experience it's a good idea to give 2 chances, because it seems like they mess up and accidentally submit one. You can still always only take the first grade, so if they go in, flunk it once, and try to take it again, you can always keep the first grade as their grade book grade. But just to avoid emails in the middle of the night and that good stuff, I found that it's good to put 2 attempts in there. So let's do that. We'll go multiple attempts, number of attempts. We'll type in 2. And then if you wanted to, you could force them to complete. I don't do that because I think it's fine if they save it. If a kid needs a diaper change or the dog needs out, they can save it and come back 10 minutes later. This is where you would set your timer. You click here, and you can set it for 1 hour. And if you keep scrolling down, you can even put in dates when the test will open and close, so you don't even have to go in and manually do it. So when your semester starts, you could even go in and set all your tests up ahead of time and make your life easy if you wanted to. And the next one down is feedback. Their score, their submitted answers, their correct answers, and then any feedback you give. So I always click all these so that once they get their score, they can find out what they did wrong. It'll give them the correct answer, and then if I put any feedback on an individual question, it'll show that as well. One other thing you want to do is make sure you do presentation 1 at a time. You don't want the whole test showing up, because then it won't refresh until they're done with the entire test, and sometimes they can lose that if they lose internet service. So 1 at a time is a necessity. And then randomized questions I always pick. That way if 2 people are taking the test next to each other, they get different tests. And then you click submit, and it should show up right down at the bottom of your module, and there's my chapter 1 example test. And then I could move it around wherever I wanted. So I hope that walks you through it, and good luck to you.